All right, everybody, welcome to Connections, Day 2. Our session is called Marketing Automation Powered by Agentforce. And we want to thank you all for being here. I know that there's a lot of different sessions going on in the room, and there's a lot of different things that you could go to. I'm always surprised when I go to conferences like this, which sessions that I think are going to be amazing that don't inspire me as much, and then the random session that I just walked into because I was tired and I needed to sit down for a second was incredibly inspirational. So hopefully this is one of those sessions for you, but no promises. Forward-looking statement, I think everybody's seen this and is familiar with it. My name is Hunter Dunbar. I'm a tech lead at Cervelo. We're a wholly owned subsidiary of A.T. Kearney, which is based in Chicago. Joined by Tim Ziter, also from Cervelo Kearney, and then Matt Brulet from Elements Financial. So we want to inspire folks today, and we don't need to inspire you about AI. You're at the Salesforce conference. You know what AI is. What we want to try to do today is make AI as boring as possible and as tactical and as simple to implement in your organization as possible. Because when you go home to your management team and you say, hey, we want to do something with Agentforce, they're not going to want some crazy transformative revolutionary thing which is going to create all kinds of challenges to implement. They want something that's going to be tactical and create quick business value for you. And so those are the things that we're going to focus on today as we talk about a challenge that Elements has faced, talk about how we solve it with an agent, and talk about how that agent is able to interact with APIs in Marketing Cloud engagement to tie Marketing Cloud plus an agentic workflow together. And then we're going to do a quick code walkthrough. So there'll be some code that folks can take pictures of if they want. So our journey at Cervelo, I think, is probably similar to a lot of organizations in here. Like Tim, Matt, and I didn't go to school to study LLMs. We were fixing batch jobs and building Marketing Cloud journeys and integrating Salesforce with other systems. And when ChatGPT came along and all of a sudden that ate the world, we got hard to work figuring out how to build that into Salesforce. We're Salesforce developers, so how do we integrate ChatGPT with Salesforce? Pretty quickly after that, Salesforce released Prompt Builder, and we were able to rebuild this entire integration we built between Salesforce and ChatGPT totally with Prompt Builder. Really great tool, which I think we're going to use in the demo today. From there, got more complicated, integrating or building RAG applications with Heroku and PG Vector. And then we land where we are today, which is building agentic workflows in Salesforce. Agents are kind of the natural progression of what you can do with an LLM. They can reason. Salesforce has given you the ability to have that LLM actually take action through agent actions. And so we're figuring out all the different ways that we can build this into our workflows as boringly and simply as possible so as not to ruffle feathers within our organizations. So Matt's going to talk about the challenge.
Hey everyone, so as Hunter mentioned, I'm Matt Brulet. I am the Salesforce Marketing Cloud Administrator at Elements Financial Federal Credit Union. We're based out of Indianapolis. And I was so excited to partner with Hunter and Tim because credit unions generally don't get to play with the newest flashy tech. So one of the big things that was very exciting for me was that as member-owned cooperatives, we're really beholden to our members. We don't have shareholders. We don't necessarily have the largest budgets. Our success is really built on our individual members' financial successes. Because of this, we can offer typically lower rates, less fees, but we're competing with bigger banks that have higher volume, higher budgets, can really provide really efficiencies of scale that we just can't compete with. So we've got to get very creative with how we can kind of really differentiate ourselves at a service level. So we're going to take a look at how agentic AI can help us do that by looking at a particular situation, which would be a home equity line of credit. We have members call in, maybe they walk in off the street into one of our branches, interested in borrowing against the equity in their home. And the application for these products are typically very complex, maybe multi-touch. Typically they will talk to a teller, maybe a branch manager up front, That teller will take that initial application, have a conversation with them to make sure that it's a good fit, that we can actually recommend that product. But then they'll have to transfer them over to a HELOC specialist or a loan officer to actually complete that transaction. So with it being multi-touch and fairly complex, if we can't do that transaction right in the moment, we're going to have a lot of opportunity for that opportunity to fail to convert. And this is where agentic AI can really step in and help us support that process. So if we take a look at the agent solution that we've designed, a RAG agent has access to our product knowledge base. This is going to allow it to inform our our teller in the moment about different things that they can answer to our members. If the teller isn't familiar with the product, they can ask that agent for answers right there in the moment. That agent also has access to our unstructured call transcript data. So what that's going to be able to do is search prior interactions, prior opportunities, and provide them with the opportunity for a cross-sell right there in the moment. Last but not least, if we can't make that transfer in the moment, it's going to be able to add them to a campaign. And that's going to allow us to make sure that we can follow up with them and provide them a one-to-one marketing journey where we're going to be able to send them emails to follow up on the process. Excuse me. Tim, why don't we take a look at what this looks like live?
All right. Well, yeah, let's take a look at this demo. I'm going to pretend that I'm a branch manager at Elements Financial. And I've got a customer on the call, Nicole. And like Matt said, the process currently is a multi-day process to have, we have to ask Nicole to fill out that application, take a bunch of different steps. Let's see how the agent can improve upon that situation. So let's say I'm in Sales Cloud. I know that Nicole is a customer. I'm going to go right into the agent icon, click in here. And let me just refresh the screen. Just refresh my screen here 1 second, sorry. We're going to open up a new chat here with our agent. And we're going to do something as simple as, is Nicole a good fit for a HELOC? Now, HELOC is an abbreviation for home equity line of credit. So now the agent's taking action. Like Matt said, it's looking up those 3 different data sources, looking up in the contact record to see if Nicole has a mortgage with a credit union. If it does, it's going to do a loan-to-value calculation, taking a look at the current value of that home, take a look at her credit score, a couple different areas to do a fit assessment if she's going to be a good fit for a home equity line of credit. Second data source is going to look at that unstructured data, might be call transcripts that Nicole has had with the bank in the past, to see if there's any other recommended products that I can provide to Nicole while I've got her on the phone. And then the third part, like Matt mentioned, is we've taken all of those amazing knowledge articles from the Elements Financial website, and we've uploaded those into Data Cloud. We've chunked them, we vectorized them, we're bringing them into the agent with a RAG application. So let's take a look at the response that we got from the agent. And it turns out that Nicole is a great fit for home equity line of credit. It even lists the estimated loan value that she may have. Now, I might be able to share that with her now on the call. It's just helpful information for myself. A little further down, it's going to give some of those tips and tricks from all of that RAG application of all those articles of some recommendations that I can give to Nicole as she's shopping for this home equity line of credit, because it is a complicated product. And last but not least, it's giving us some recommendations for those products, like a certificate of deposit that I could upsell, cross-sell to Nicole to expand that share of wallet. So our next step with this agent would be to find if there's a loan officer available at Elements that we can transfer Nicole right to. But let's say that Nicole wants to spend a couple of days thinking about this home equity line of credit. And we're going to end our call with Nicole, and we're going to shift over to the marketing automation part of the agent. So I'm going to say something like add Nicole to the HELOC campaign. Now, just like we talked about, they talked about in the keynote yesterday, this is going to add them to that important container, that campaign container where it's going to create that marketing brief. It's going to give a lot of visibility to not only sales, but into marketing so they can track engagement, attribution on that side of it. Now, she's been added to the campaign. I'm going to do one more step, which is add Nicole to a journey. Now the agent is taking action here, and it's going into the Marketing Cloud engagement side and creating a custom journey based on all of the data that we've been gathering and that's been corrected in the script. Let me just try that one more time. This is a live demo. Sometimes the agent does, there we go, creating, oh, looks like there's an error in the process. Let's try that one more time. See if sometimes live demos can cause a little bit of a hiccup. Anyways, it's pulling all the data from the contact record, and there we go. Let's see. We'll see if it was created a journey in the. See, like, do the current. Okay, and we'll hit confirm, great. We're just gonna try to add Nicole to a journey. And we should be creating a journey in the Marketing Cloud environment. We'll go over to the Marketing Cloud environment. Let's see if that journey was created. We're just going to hit the refresh button. I might have just missed something in the actual transcript there. So sorry, we're having a little bit of a technical problem here. Let's go back and let's try that one more time. I'm going to actually just check.
Did you delete the campaign member?
Sorry?
Did you delete the campaign member before you did?
Yeah, let me just check that one more time here. Well, it's having some technical difficulties. I'm sorry about that. But we'll talk about what was created in Journey Builder. So a custom journey would be created, and the agent would determine all of the entry events for that journey. So it'd pull up the different data points to show what data should be brought in for those custom emails to be created. It shows different data points within the journey itself to determine different decision splits, whether we want to send Nicole an email or two, or just a single email, might send her an SMS message, and then also decide those decision splits as well. Let's take a look at the email that should have been sent to Nicole. Sorry about the technical difficulties. Now this email is fully personalized, created in the journey itself. In Data Cloud, you might be accessing a content management system where you might be pulling those images. The agent's going to choose the image that's going to resonate with Nicole. And then it's going to pull in the tone and voice, all decided by the agent itself. It's going to pull in the personalization. There's the estimated loan value that we pulled from the agent script altogether. And it's going to show our recommended products. There's that certificate of deposit that came in the script itself. And then finally, it'll even have that loan officer who's going to be reaching out to Nicole to solve that question and help her take the next step. So let me pass it over to Hunter, who's going to show us, talk to us about how this was built in the back end.
Okay, so Agentforce uses an agent architecture called React. It's not the front-end framework. It's specific to building agentic workflows. What it allows the agent to do is reason and act. It's pretty straightforward. The agent's going to take the context that's been provided to it. It's going to select a set of actions that are available to it, and it's going to use its reasoning engine to pick actions to execute. Then it's going to act. It'll actually call the action. It'll pass in inputs to that action. That action will then execute CRUD operations against a database, integrate with an external system, whatever it might be, return a response. The agent will use that response to return a response to the user. Then the user can continue to interact with the agent. This is how we think about diagramming agent actions. So you've got a set of inputs. These are the things that the agent is going to need to pass to its action. Once it's passed the action, or passed the input to an action, the actual action itself is sitting within Salesforce's database or Salesforce's server. So querying a record is going to be Apex that executes something, or a flow action that executes to go get records from the database. I'll talk about this one on the very bottom here, adding a customer to a journey. So in this scenario, we're going to add a couple different parameters. The agent will pass those parameters to an Apex action, and then we're going to have Salesforce Apex firing. At this point, the agent actually isn't like running Apex itself. Salesforce is doing that. The agent just knows that it can call this action which is available, similar to any custom button on a page layout in Salesforce. The Apex action is going to make a call out to Marketing Cloud. It's going to build a payload. Marketing Cloud is going to receive that payload, return a success or error message, and then the Apex will return a response to the agent. The agent says, hey, it worked, or it didn't work, and then the user is able to continue on with their workflow. So quick walkthrough of the code here, and this is obviously not exhaustive. Building an action which can actually build a journey in Marketing Cloud is, several hundred lines of code, but I'm going to break down some like key elements of this. So you've got your Marketing Cloud service. This is just going to execute posts and gets against the Marketing Cloud API. We're going to construct a payload. And so you can see on the bottom right here, this is a typical journey with a set of nodes. We've got a campaign email. We've got updating a member status. We've got wait events, decision splits. We're going to initialize an Apex object for each of these nodes. What we'll do is we've got whatever, 8 or 9 nodes here. We're going to create a different Apex object for each of those nodes. Then we're going to actually add those Apex objects to a payload container. In this case, it's called campaign journey. At this point, we've constructed a payload which should be able to generate a journey in Marketing Cloud. And we will make just a basic REST request. This is authenticated with a named credential against Marketing Cloud endpoints. We'll post that payload. We'll get a success or error message back that we successfully created or updated our journey. Went through that quickly. Happy to talk to anybody after the session today about the details of how that works. So Matt?
So the business value is really immense for us. So we're going to see hopefully faster qualification. That fit assessment, instead of being multiple emails, multiple people involved there, as you saw from the agent returning responses there, we can really get a good fit assessment in seconds, not in days. In addition to that, we hopefully are going to see an increase in conversion rates. With that cross-sell opportunity coming from prior interactions and call transcript data, we can make those recommendations in real time. We're not relying on staff to go look back from an opportunity 6 months ago and hopefully catch that and bring that up to our member. And then customer satisfaction. Again, with that one-to-one personalized journey, I know the live demo didn't quite work out to display that how we were hoping to, but we're going to be able to have that agent create a journey based on our members' preferences. So if they responded to SMS, SMS is likely what that agent's going to reason. Emails, maybe multiple, depending on their engagement frequency. In addition to that, you're going to see benefits in other areas of your organization. So we anticipate the marketing team, for example, they're going to be able to spend more time on campaign building. They're not necessarily going to have to be gathering requirements. For me, the marketing automation specialist, to build something. Same thing for me. I'm not going to have to build a journey for one person, right? The agent's going to be able to create that, so I can spend my time on high-value projects compared to trying to build a journey for one member and configuring decision splits. And then personalization, again, we mentioned that call transcript data and the agent being able to identify what is this member interested in. Let's really provide them with a one-to-one experience to make sure that they're getting the best information possible from us. That's what we were hoping to share today. Again, thank you so much. Apologies again that the live demo portion didn't work out of that. We are going to be hanging out to answer questions after the session if you have any. And Tim and I are co-leaders of the Boston Marketers Salesforce Group. So please don't hesitate to check us out online. We are based in Boston, but we are open to all virtually. So again, thank you so much for your time today. I really appreciate it.